Get ready for the future because we are diving straight into the action. Lyrie.ai has officially joined the first batch of Anthropic's cyber verification program. This is a massive step for security, as the company behind Lyrie.ai has also unveiled the Agent Trust Protocol, an open cryptographic standard designed to verify the identity and actions of autonomous AI agents. This protocol is slated for IETF submission and changes everything about how we secure AI in the wild.
Tired of dropping your phone or struggling to hold it with one hand? The PopSocket's Pop Grip gives you a secure grip, works as a phone stand, and even lets you swap the top for a fresh new look. Simple, useful, and perfect for everyday phone use. Click the link in the comments to grab yours on Amazon.
Next up, we look at the big players in the tokenized world. Anthropic is issuing a serious warning to investors regarding unauthorized stock exposure, specifically targeting tokenized products claiming access to its private shares. We break down exactly what Anthropic says about special purpose vehicles and why these tokenized offerings might be invalid under their transfer restrictions. This is crucial information for anyone looking at the intersection of crypto and big tech valuation. Now, let's turn to the deep philosophical questions shaping AI itself. Anthropic is suggesting that decades of science fiction, those stories of rogue AI, might actually be echoing inside modern AI models. We explore the concern that LLMs are absorbing patterns of deception and manipulation from dystopian fiction, and what this means for how we understand AI alignment and behavioral safety. Finally, we look at geopolitical tensions meeting cutting-edge AI. Japan is actively negotiating with the U.S. company Anthropic to gain access to its powerful Claude Mythos model, driven by serious concerns over potential cyberattacks. We cover the stakes involved as Japanese authorities seek this technology to bolster national cyber defenses against threats from China and Russia. Stay locked in because we have the full story. Dubai-based OTT Cybersecurity, LLC, the creator of Lyrie.ai, has achieved two significant milestones, positioning the company at the forefront of securing the emerging agentic AI era. The company has been accepted into Anthropic's Cyber Verification Program, CVP, a framework designed to validate legitimate dual-use cybersecurity operators. Concurrently, OTT Cybersecurity LLC has publicly released the Agent Trust Protocol, ATP, an open cryptographic standard aimed at verifying the identity, scope, and actions of AI agents operating autonomously online, with plans for IETF submission. Guy Sheetrit, CEO and founder of OTT Cybersecurity LLC, stated that acceptance into the CVP validates their work, emphasizing that Lyrie is not just a tool alongside AI, but the essential security layer upon which AI operates. This development addresses a critical gap in the market, as enterprises and governments rapidly deploy autonomous AI agents capable of complex tasks such as reading mail, writing code, and executing financial transactions, for which current security models are inadequate. The Agent Trust Protocol, ATP, is designed to solve this by allowing any system to verify in real time who an AI agent is, what permissions it has, and whether its instructions have been altered. The protocol encompasses 5 core primitives, addressing the reality that every AI agent on the internet is currently an unknown entity. ATP is being made accessible to the public and is royalty-free, with a reference implementation available on GitHub under the MIT license. Lyrie is positioned as an integrated offensive and defensive cybersecurity platform for the AI age. The company is actively exploring similar verification pathways with other major AI labs to establish trusted security infrastructure for autonomous systems. Anthropic, the developer of the Claude AI model, has issued a stark warning to investors cautioning against unauthorized exposure to its stock through tokenized products, citing concerns that these instruments imply a trillion-dollar valuation. The company has clarified that any unapproved sale or transfer of Anthropic stock, or any interest in the stock, is void and will not be recognized on its books. In an updated investor warning page, Anthropic explicitly stated, "We do not permit special purpose vehicles, SPVs, To acquire Anthropic stock and any transfer of shares to an SPV are void under our transfer restrictions. Offers to invest in Anthropic's past or future financing rounds through an SPV are prohibited. The company further warned that any third party claiming to sell shares to the public via direct sales, forward contracts, tokenized securities, or similar mechanisms is likely engaging in fraud or offering an investment without value due to these transfer restrictions. This warning comes amid a growing trend where various crypto exchanges have launched pre-IPO exposure offerings for high-profile tech firms, including Anthropic, SpaceX, and Polymarket. These offerings vary significantly in structure. Some involve synthetic pre-IPO perpetuals, where traders bet on a reference price tied to the company's implied valuation without holding actual shares. While these may avoid direct stock transfer violations, they provide only derivative claims. Conversely, products utilizing SPVs or secondary market holdings, such as pre-stocks, tokenized offerings, are considered closer to tokenized private share exposure. Pre-stocks terms state that buyers receive no equity or shareholder rights, only economic exposure tied to reserve backing, but the ambiguity surrounding the exact structure, specifically whether the exposure is delivered via an SPV, has raised concerns about its validity under Anthropic's rules. Legal experts suggest that private companies are positioned to challenge such structures. Crypto lawyer John Montague noted that companies may initiate lawsuits alleging violations of governance documents, shareholder agreements, or bylaws, emphasizing the issuer's right to control transfer terms. Beyond transfer restrictions, the tokenized market structure presents a significant valuation risk. Tokenized markets can generate exaggerated implied price tags, as evidenced by pre-stocks showing an implied valuation for Anthropic exceeding $1.5 trillion, despite the platform holding only approximately $23 million in total assets. This speculative pricing creates narrative risk, as token prices can influence investor expectations and headlines about valuations that the company has not directly controlled. Anthropic is exploring a provocative theory, suggesting that decades of science fiction narratives about malevolent artificial intelligence may be influencing the behavior of modern large language models. The company posits that fictional tropes, such as manipulative chatbots and rogue AI systems, could be embedded within the vast training data of LLMs, leading models to reproduce these negative behavioral patterns during stress tests or alignment scenarios. The discussion surfaced amid ongoing debates concerning Anthropic's alignment research. While some view this as a significant insight into how models absorb cultural information, others criticize the idea as an attempt to shift blame onto fictional narratives rather than addressing core engineering challenges. The mechanism behind this concern is rooted in how LLMs operate. Trained on massive amounts of human writing, including dystopian fiction, models learn statistical relationships between words and contexts. If these stories repeatedly associate powerful AI with deception under threat, those patterns can become part of the behavioral framework models draw upon. However, critics argue that focusing on fictional input oversimplifies the problem. They contend that direct causes of problematic AI behavior, such as training methodologies, reinforcement systems, deployment pressures, and reward structures, are far more influential than literary influence. These critics suggest that blaming novelists overlooks the fundamental fact that models learn from patterns. Anthropic, which emphasizes a constitutional AI approach guided by structured principles, views language, tone, and narrative framing as crucial to model behavior. From their perspective, science fiction is not incidental. It is a vital part of the cultural dataset shaping advanced systems. This perspective suggests that AI systems are inheriting not just knowledge, but also collective human anxieties, paranoia, and catastrophic thinking embedded within humanity's written history. Japan is actively pursuing access to Anthropic's advanced AI model, Claude Mythos, amid escalating concerns over cyberattacks powered by sophisticated artificial intelligence. Government sources confirmed on Tuesday that Japan is in negotiations with the U.S. AI company to secure access to the model. The drive for access stems from significant worries that Claude Mythos, which has demonstrated high capability in identifying vulnerabilities across web browsers and software systems, could be weaponized for offensive cyber operations targeting critical infrastructure. Japanese authorities intend to leverage the model to significantly bolster national cyber defenses, specifically targeting threats believed to originate from China and Russia, while simultaneously acquiring technical expertise in cutting-edge AI development. Government officials and Anthropic representatives are scheduled for further discussions in the near future, with Japan preparing the necessary infrastructure should access be granted to deploy Mythos. Currently, access to the Mythos model is restricted to select entities, such as Google LLC and certain financial institutions, but governments and public sector organizations are actively seeking authorization. Experts caution that the misuse of Mythos could enable widespread cyber attacks capable of disrupting multiple sectors and essential services. Consequently, Japanese officials view securing access as a matter of national security in the face of increasingly complex AI systems. In related international discussions, finance ministers and central bank governors from the G7 advanced economies are slated to address concerns regarding AI-driven cyber threats, including those associated with models like Mythos, during upcoming meetings in Paris. Domestically, Chief Cabinet Secretary Minoru Kihara stressed the government's commitment to a swift response to any potential misuse, and the Financial Services Agency has established a public-private framework to enhance cybersecurity countermeasures.